Guys, Dr. D here. Today I'm going to be talking about synthesizers, the practical application of some of these elements of a analog synthesizer in FM synthesis. All right, so what we're looking at here, this is the ES2. This is the basic synthesizer that's comparable to the one I was showing you in Ableton just a moment ago. This is kind of its equivalent. It's a very straightforward, synthesizer where you can use multiple different oscillators simultaneously and feed those into each other to create your own unique sounds. Okay, so with this one, what we have going on here is there are essentially three different oscillators going on at the top, and you can see these settings for sine waves, saw waves. This is a saw wave, a sine wave. No, that's a square wave. There's your sawtooth wave, and then your triangle wave. Now each of these can be activated or deactivated by clicking on the number. So I'll start with just the sine wave and play some of this so you can hear it. Oops, I'm going to need to arm my track once again. Where's my Windows? Come on now. There it is. Okay. Alright, so now I'm on the right device. This here is your sine wave, square waves, sawtooth wave, triangle wave. Okay, they each have a pitch change where you can change the semitones or cents. So up and down you can pitch these together. There's like a triangle situation here where I can combine up to 3 different oscillators, and I can change them to be different sounds and signals. I can have a sine wave up there, I can have a square wave here, maybe a sawtooth right there, and I can get all 3. And I can pitch one or the other one up. Now I can also change which of these 3 is dominating. So this is like a triangle where you can combine these 3 different oscillators. So if you're up here in this corner, it's all sine. You're over here, it's all square. Down here, it's all sawtooth. Out of tune sawtooth. So you can find a nice little place there for all that stuff. Okay, so in terms of filter, we have this filter control here in the middle. You can disable it or you can enable it, and you have a cut, which is going to cut the high frequencies, also known as a low pass filter right here. And you can change some of these signals. Not quite sure what to call that, but it's what it does. It changes the kind of filters out, automatically filters out lows and highs and whatnot. Okay, resonance thing there, which doesn't quite, there it goes. Oh, it's like resonance, like weird feedback sounds in the upper registers, and then drive, which kind of makes it more gritty. Okay, yeah, there's a second filter as well that you can kind of blend together. So obviously this is all set to have that timbre and filtering of frequencies, and then this one over here is nothing going on. So we'd have to go ahead and work with that, but it's a filter on the second half that you can kind of blend one into the other. All right, sweet. So over here we've got some effects, like you can change the tone of the sound, make it darker, warmer, add some distortion. Here's the overall volume or gain of that. Other effects, add flanger and chorus or phaser to it. Woo, space. Okay, cool. Now the other really important aspect of using this particular synthesizer is the envelope. Now over in Ableton World, we were using a kind of a visual adzer, attack, decay, sustain, release looking graph format. We don't really have that here in Logic's ES2, but what we do have is pretty simple knobs down here at the bottom. So if you understand attack, decay, sustain, release, you can take that tone, take this synth sound, and you can, make the attack time very, let's see, very short or longer of an attack time. So it swells in. Decay can be very quick. Have some more sustain. Release, you can have it kind of swell on for a while. There you go. Get a very quick release where it kind of cuts off. And then you have volume. Some more, controls down here that do. You can alter different parameters up at the top, kind of globally down here. Detuning it and changing the waveform, as well as changing the cutoff frequencies, almost like high pass, low pass filters. Okay, so that's a quick practical run through of these two synthesizers, and you will pick one of which to do your project, or is actually a homework assignment. But in that homework assignment, you guys are going to basically create a mimic, synthesize real instrument sounds like a trumpet and a violin. I think a bass is in there, and then something else. Oh yeah, a mallet instrument. So you guys are going to try to figure out how to mimic these sounds and use these analog synthesizers, either the ES2 or the operator in Ableton, to complete that assignment. So that's a little talk on synthesis and oscillators and filters and envelopes to generate your own custom synth sounds with an analog synthesizer. All right, this has been fun. Follow, like, subscribe, whatever. We'll see you in another